You're listening to the Evil Metal Gamers Podcast.
Welcome, guys, to another episode of Evil Metal Gamers Podcast. Today, okay, finally, today is July 28, 2018. This is episode number 42. My name is Jose Roldan.
And I'm Frank Barna.
Yeah, she sounded far.
What?
And
I'm here.
I know, I can hear you.
I'm not far. You can't hear me. I'm an imagination.
And you're listening to the Evil Metal Gamers Podcast, where you hear all your your geek news.
All week, every week.
Boom, you see, we didn't get it last time. We got it now.
No. Got it.
So, it's been
Corporate
an interesting
bastards.
week. I'm in pain, and I'm in drugs.
Sucker.
Oh, man, can you believe that anybody who's listening to that for the first time? They're like, what am I listening to? Yeah, man, my thumb has been cut open, but the surgery was fine. It was a great surgery, 2 hours. Wasn't bad at all. How long was yours?
Mine was like an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like it was nothing.
Yo, and I was complaining when I was getting there because I was like freaking out. And they're like, oh, no, we're going to give you something to relax you before we go to surgery. So they gave it to me right there before they took me to the OR. And I'm like, this isn't doing anything. I am not relaxed. What's going on? And I made it to the OR room, and then I passed out.
Dude, I didn't make it to the OR room.
I was like, I don't know, maybe my blood was pumping, and I made it to the OR room. I made it there where I saw all the nurses. I never saw the doctor. And then, boop, I woke up. I woke up when they put the oxygen tube in my nose. It's a weird feeling, man.
No, I didn't have that. They just woke me up.
They didn't put the oxygen on your nose?
No.
Huh.
I just woke up.
Well, did they give you general?
What do you mean? Dude, I was out, man.
General anesthesia, where they put...
Yeah.
They
had tubes in my mouth and everything. They're like, when you wake up, you're going to have a sore throat. And I'm like,
yeah, they
all
put
right.
tubes in my mouth, too. I was complaining about that. I was like, why are you putting me under for my hand? Can't you just give me, like, local, and make me go to sleep? Because they put the tubes down your throat because you no longer can breathe by yourself. A machine does the breathing for you, and that was freaking me out. I was like, wait a minute. You're just operating on my thumb. What do you have to, like, kill me?
It is what it is, man.
But it's done. It's fixed. Now I have, like, at least a month to 2 months of recovery with this stupid cast on. And I can still game. It hurts. I figured out a way to play. I put a t-shirt. I wrap it around the cast, and I can slide it through the keyboard. But you were right. I can use my two index fingers. My index finger and my middle finger. I can use it for the mouse. So it's the only way I can game. I try a controller, and I was in such excruciating pain when I tried it. Because I tried to play Batman. You can't. There are some experts who play Batman with a keyboard. But I tried to play with a controller, and
nope,
bro, I had to like pop a pill because it was excruciating. I guess when you push, the way you move the right analog, because you have to move it up and down. That moves my injury, and nope, yeah, my body was like, nope, stick with the mouse. But thank God it's done. Hopefully, I'll get back to work soon.
Maybe,
hopefully. So what's up with you? How was your week?
Same old shit, man. Getting old, being old.
No, that's all of us. Most gamers are our age now.
That's true.
The originals.
OG gamers, Nintendo, baby.
Yep, no. We are the originals. Now it's just Fortnite girls. And that was for everybody. So, let's get to it.
What do you want to get to?
No. Let's go with you. You got more to talk. I've been drugged the whole week. What do you got for me?
And so we have James Gunn, right? He got fired from Disney because some ridiculous left wing, or was it right wing? I don't know what wing. Some conservative.
I don't know. It was a wing.
Some conservative asshole who is a misogynistic, homophobic, Jesus is everything, but doesn't express any of the actual ideas of Jesus Christ himself. This guy got James Gunn fired.
Just explain. James Gunn is the director of Guardians of the Galaxy Part 1 and 2. Right?
And he got him, and he got him fired for Part 3. And a bunch of people have been coming to James Gunn's side. You know, we have Dave Bautista, who plays Drax. Who's the...
I can't...
Zoe Saldana came to his side saying he's a great guy. I don't know why they did this. But this is the one that I find the most interesting. Miss Selma Blair. For those of you who don't know, Selma Blair was in Hellboy. And Selma Blair has come and defended James Gunn.
Really? Selma Blair?
The reason why this is significant, and she didn't just say, yeah, I support him. She wrote this whole essay on how James Gunn got her to continue to do acting, was supportive of her, fought for her. The reason why this is significant, she's one of the Harvey Weinstein victims.
Really? I didn't know she was too.
She was one of the victims from Harvey Weinstein. And for those of you who don't know,
how could they not know?
the late 2000s, when Twitter came into play, it was a dark time for comedy. Comedy was really dark. Comedy was really messed up. And,
I agree.
And it was very dark. And in that's what it was. And Selma Blair says, I know James, and James has grown as a human being. He doesn't have those viewpoints anymore. He has changed. And like I said, those were dark times. And for those of you who are out there who can't sit there and say that the times have changed, I want you to go back and I want you to look at old comedy skits.
Nope, I lost.
Hello?
No, you're good. You're good. Keep going.
Watch an old comedy skit from Chris Rock. Watch an old comedy skit from Eddie Murphy. I go to Eddie Murphy's Delirious. Or is it Raw? It's one of the two. It's whatever the one it is in the red jumpsuit. And I watched it about a year ago.
Raw.
And I remember cringing to a certain degree because of what he was talking about. And he was talking about how he was in San Francisco and how gay men would hit on him and stuff like that. At the time, Eddie Murphy is a very attractive man. He's a very popular individual. But the way in which he said it was acceptable. And he's sitting there and he's like, can you imagine a faggot in San Francisco when they're a cop? They just sit on top of the cop car going, woo, 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 woo. And hearing that now, because we've changed and because we've grown and we know that saying faggot is absolutely it's abhorrent to say, but back then it was acceptable. And the fact that you can't take the times and look at the context of such things, that's a big deal.
It is. It is. But people change too. Eddie Murphy's not going around saying that now.
And that's the point. That's huge. Like that is the point.
Like, I understand. I'm not saying that the word is right. I'm not saying
I'll never
that what he said
that
it
word.
Was good. But if he was still using it now, then we could condemn him.
Right.
But if Eddie Murphy is going to start in a movie, right, and then they take away the movie from him because of Raw that happened 30 years ago? How is that? Seriously, how is that fair? We all change.
No, we do. We grow.
And he was. I some of the stuff he said was kind of sick, but that's what Twitter was. Twitter was where people would go and vent and say stupid shit to get attention.
Yeah. And when people go and they say, well, what about Donald Trump? And I'm like, Donald Trump is like 2 years ago. Like, I've read how people are like, well, you guys want to crucify Trump and he's on Twitter. And it's like, dude, did you see what he wrote last week?
Exactly. He's getting away with things. And he's the commander-in-chief. I'm sorry, Disney. I understand Disney is it's all for the children and the family, and I understand that they're trying to back their. But at the end of the day, this is all to save their own asses.
But at what cost? Because even these crazy Christian groups, these radicals, they hate Disney.
Exactly, they hate Disney too.
You're not getting money from them, so what the hell are you doing there?
Well, and the other thing is that, I mean, he made those movies good, and now you're taking a risk of putting a different director who doesn't probably have chemistry with this is the whole cast. I guarantee you, everybody got rehired from the original two. We're talking everything from the cameraman to the microphone guy to the editors. All been working with James Gunn. If somebody agreed, if just somebody agreed that this should happen to James Gunn, it would have been out already. Somebody would have said something. Nobody.
But Dave Bautista came out the day he was fired. He's like, I'm not okay with this. This is not what you do.
It's not okay.
It's not.
Let's take Kevin Spacey, for example. As soon as Kevin Spacey got fired from what was this stupid show from Netflix?
House of Cards.
House of Cards. A lot of people came out saying that they were happy this was happening.
Yeah, no, that's the thing.
Okay, when Roseanne got her show canceled just last month, I believe,
everybody was like, "Good." They were happy.
Okay, and these are people who work with her. People were condoning her. They were like, "This is ridiculous."
Condemning, not condoning.
So, I'm sorry, condemning.
It's okay.
I mean, what the fuck? Nobody has stood up and said that James Gunn deserves this. They're
bullshit. Fighting for him. And let me tell you what, if you don't think that the nerds have the power,
they have it.
No, look what happened to Solo. I found out, and I don't think I ever brought it up on the podcast, the reason why Solo did so poorly in the box office is because of Miss Kennedy, whatever her name is. The nerds revolted, and that's why nobody went to see that movie. It wasn't that it was a bad movie. People don't like her. And let me tell you, everybody's cheering because...
I'm sorry, who? Miss...
I think her name's Caitlin Kennedy. And she's like one of the producers of the Star Wars movies.
Okay, explain that to me because I didn't know this.
Oh, no. Like, the fans of Star Wars don't like her because of what she's done with episode 7 and 8. Like, they don't like the direction that the movie's going in.
Oh.
And the fact that she produces... Yep, that's why.
It's a damn shame because I heard Solo was great.
Solo's real. I liked Solo a lot. I did personally.
You know what the funny thing is? That I didn't see Solo in theaters, and I'll probably buy that one. And I saw the other two in theaters, and I'm not going to buy them. I'm not going to buy 7 and 8. I'm not going to buy them, especially when they're already on Netflix. But the fact that Solo has gotten great reviews, I'll probably buy that one. It'll probably be a purchase when it comes out.
Solo was good, man. I liked it a lot. The kid who played Solo was awesome.
Oh yeah,
yeah, he was great.
I want to.
He was great.
I want to see it so bad. But going back to James Gunn, we have power.
Oh yeah,
we do. And don't fuck with the audience. Don't fuck with the nerds. Don't sit there and say that we don't have power, because there was a little show called Firefly, which only had one season, and then Fox, was it Fox? Yeah. Went ahead and canceled it. And what do you think happened? What kind of power this small show had that they helped to put money to get it into the theaters?
So it could kind of get an ending.
It could get an ending. You're not gonna tell me that's not power.
Oh, absolutely. Speaking of which, HBO just came out, and for those of you out there who liked it, and I watched it but I never finished it, Deadwood is getting the movie to close it out. Yep, got greenlit. Deadwood just got its greenlit. This was a great week for the entertainment news, man.
Deadwood is getting a movie?
Deadwood's getting a movie to
I'm going to have to watch all the seasons now.
Yep.
There's so, you know, I saw one episode of Deadwood the other day, and there's so many people in that show that are big now or in other TV shows.
Deadwood was awesome. I watched the first season and a half, and then I think I had the HBO app thing where I could watch all the shows, and I was just vegging out, and then I just stopped watching it. I love Deadwood.
I was in a party once where they were having shots every time the word cocksucker was said. Bro, you would get fucking hammered. You know how many times they say cocksucker?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
So that just got greenlit. That's a go.
I feel like that's what Westworld is missing. That authenticity of the West. Because nobody did the West like Deadwood.
Oh yeah, no. But Westworld is an amusement park.
Exactly. They don't want it to be. Well, whatever. Right, there's fucking going on in the show. You're not gonna tell me it's all kids.
No, but it's an amusement park. Like they don't want it to be gritty like that. Like,
it's true. Well, I mean, first
you
of
wouldn't
all,
want to slum it.
In Westworld, they do change things around for the park. For example, there is absolutely no racism.
Right.
So you could tell in Westworld that they were smart into the writing where they make it, well, we can't put racism because it's a park and they want the African American, like, you know, if this was a real park,
yeah,
you want the African Americans to go too, especially when it's, if I'm not mistaken, I mentioned it, I think it's about $40,000 a day to go to the park. $40,000 a day. If you have a rich African American, you want him to have a good time. You don't want him to go there, pay $40,000 a day, and they treat him like a slave. So I guess you're right. They have to like tone it down because it's an amusement park. You know, until everything got hacked and and the hosts start killing people.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think we're gonna get James Gunn back, and I understand if the cast and crew don't go on strike for him either. I understand. I'm not going to be upset at them if Chris Pratt says I'm not going to do the movie, or if Bautista says I'm not going to do the movie. I understand. You know, at the end of the day, you have to kind of think about your career.
So, well, the movie hasn't even started shooting yet.
It hasn't, but I mean, Chris Pratt already said he has a signed contract for the three of them. He said this is the last one. I'm sure everybody else has signed for 3, so they can't fuck with I'm not gonna do it, and then they get sued and stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, I understand if they don't go out of their way to really get on a strike, but the public has the power.
Yeah, absolutely. I already signed the petition. There's a petition flying around that a celebrity created. I don't know what celebrity did it, but and it got like 125,000 things in a day, signs in a day.
Hopefully.
Speaking of Disney,
yeah,
the Disney and Fox merger just about finished.
So it happened. The government approved it.
$71.3 billion. It's up from the 50, so they went up $20 billion more dollars.
Think Disney will fix the news?
No, they don't get Fox News. Fox News is not part of it.
Really? They just get the movie side of it?
But there's that's where I did my research, and I looked at what they get, and this is just a small fraction of what they get. First and foremost, Disney owns it, but they don't get to use the Star Wars prequels. Those were all 20th Century Fox.
Okay.
They get the X-Men, they get the Fantastic Four. They also get Avatar.
They do?
Yeah.
Well, they already have it in the park.
They have it in the park, but they like officially own it. They get Predator, they get Alien,
They
get
Alien?
Terminator.
Oh my God! They need to do an Alien.
They get Alien, they get Predator, they get Terminator.
They
They
get
get the
Deadpool.
Ice Age. Well, that's part of the X-Men.
Oh, okay.
They get Ice Age.
Really?
They get The Simpsons. They get Home Alone. And they get Planet of the Apes. So when you look at all those in totality, $71.3 billion, that's a lot of stuff that you can do to recoup your expenses.
They got The Simpsons. Bro, they have the power to destroy Universal Studios.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because they got Marvel. They got The Simpsons. Those are two huge parts of Universal Studios.
Yeah.
They get How to Make a Dragon.
I believe so.
They get Kung Fu Panda. Holy shit. They took a huge chunk of their CG. Wow. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's awesome though. I mean, I don't care much for monopolizing. Oh, I didn't know the original Star Wars, not the original, Star Wars episode 1, 2, and 3 were Fox.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking through here. Keep talking. Were you saying something else?
No, that's done. Well, they're almost done with it. And right now everybody's talking about how X-Men is going to be the first thing that Marvel fucks with.
That would be awesome. I mean, you have to recast everybody.
That's fine.
I mean, if you're going to keep... I mean, even Xavier. Oh, no, well, I mean, you could keep the young Xavier and the young Magneto. But everybody else has to go. All the other old people, just start fresh. So, oh, man, I'm excited. Give me a new Wolverine. Quick! A Wolverine, quickly.
Me.
No, not you. I don't know who I want for Wolverine.
Well, Hugh Jackman already came out and said he'd want Tom Hardy, but Tom Hardy's going to be Venom. But Tom Hardy, I think, would be a great Wolverine.
Isn't he too tall?
No, Tom Hardy's like my height.
Tom Hardy's
like five. He's like 5'8", 5'9".
Well, what I
he's
like
my
about
height.
Tom Hardy, like gets sucked into the roles.
Yeah,
so
he's a great actor.
He would be great.
Yeah,
and tell me they wouldn't have great chemistry. Tom Hardy and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
even if they made a movie together, because Wolverine and Deadpool hate each other.
Yeah,
that would be amazing.
But essentially, it's because they can't kill each other.
Oh my God! Well, Spider-Man and Deadpool, I can see that as a movie too, because Deadpool and Spider-Man hate each other too. And Deadpool, Spider-Man actually gets under Deadpool's skin too. I think he's the only character that actually annoys Deadpool.
Yeah. So.
Oh man, it's gonna be a fun 10 years.
Yep.
What else you got?
Good.
Well, let's say EA is canceling the Origin access, which is what I have. I pay like $3 or something like that. I don't remember what it is. I think it's like $5, and I get to play free games that they have.
Mm-hmm.
All their good games, but you don't get the newer games.
Well, so you get them 6 months later.
6 months later, and which is good enough. So I can play all these. Plus, they give you free games in there. Like I got Inside through Origin for free.
Okay.
They're getting rid of that. Now they're making it Origin Access Premier. EA, I fucking hate EA. I swear to God, it's $14.99. So now they brought it up, or $100 a year, and you pretty much get every single EA game, no matter what the time, if it's new or old.
Okay.
I don't know if that justifies it.
No.
I mean, unless EA is coming out with a game, 2 games a year, right? If EA can come out with 2 games a year, then it's worth it.
But this is made for those people who love like Madden and stuff.
I guess you're right. I guess because, I mean, Battlefield, you'll get one every year.
You'll get Madden.
You get Madden, FIFA.
Yeah, there you go. I mean,
So,
Madden, FIFA.
I guess.
They're not a good enough company to do it. They're not a good enough company to do it, first and foremost. And then from there, everybody keeps bringing up this new Xbox system because this new Xbox system, hold on to your hats, kids. Woo! It's going to be 2 systems. And apparently one of them is going to be streaming only.
Okay. Go ahead.
Streaming a video game is not going to be good.
Right now. I don't think
Technically ever.
I mean, in the future,
because
as the internet gets better, I think. But go ahead.
But think about it, dude. The FCC just passed net neutrality.
Yes.
Like we're not going to have, like, it's going to cost an arm and a leg.
I believe so. Yes.
Or think about it, dude. How much do you pay to get, it's like a gig or something of internet?
I agree.
And then after that, you're gonna have to pay extra. Like, it's not worth it.
Like, you're right. There's streaming one movie is like 1 gig.
And then from there, lag. If you're lagging and you got to reset your modem, like, you can't play any game.
It's not for. What about people at war? I'm just bringing up the same topic of when the original Xbox One came out. What about the people who are in the Army, in the Navy SEALs that are out there where there's no internet? Remember that?
But think about the kid in Nebraska, man.
Well, the kid in Alaska. Did you say Nebraska or Alaska?
Either or, dude. I said Nebraska, but Alaska. Shit, Alaska was still using goddamn. The fuck is that? Blockbuster.
Yeah, no, I mean, and then a place like Puerto Rico that just got destroyed by a hurricane.
Imagine that, dude.
Think about no games.
Because when we had Irma, I had electricity. I didn't have internet. I didn't have internet.
Wilma, no?
No, Irma. When Irma hit this past year.
Irma didn't really affect me.
But that didn't affect you, but it affected
a lot of people.
And dude, I'm probably 2 miles south of you. I couldn't play any game online.
Which sucks.
I couldn't play not one. You can't make an argument for me that streaming solely is good.
There's one positive thing, and it's something that everybody agrees. The way they're planning to do this in the future, I'm not saying they're doing it now, in the future, because I saw it on one of the NVIDIA presentations and stuff, is they're going to have one supercomputer that will be able to run your games at highest settings, right? And then that'll stream. So instead of having to go buy a graphics card or a console or this or that, everybody will have the game at the highest setting, ultra settings, and then it is up to your internet if you want it at 720. Exactly. No, don't get me wrong. That's the only thing that's negative about it is up to your internet if you want it at 720, at 1080 or 4K. No, I don't think. I don't own a 4K, so I don't even know I don't even know what it's like to stream a 4K movie. I don't know. I don't even know what like, toll does it take.
I mean, once again, I was at my I was at my girlfriend's mom's house, and I was watching Netflix, dude. And let me tell you, it lags, it pixelates, it stops because she's got bad internet.
Yeah. And yes, like I said, I agree with you. I'm just telling you the one positive thing.
But I don't even think that that's positive, because think about how often graphic cards come out. You could sit there and say, oh, it's got the most powerful graphics card, and I guarantee you in a world there'll be something better.
And you don't have to worry about that, Frank.
How can you not worry about that?
It'll be the supercomputer update every time. That's what I'm saying. They will stream from a supercomputer that will be updated every time a better technology comes out. It's not up to you to update it. They'll take care of it. Every time Xbox gets a new Xbox console and not Xbox graphics, Microsoft will update it. You don't have to worry about it. Everybody will get the same good-looking game.
But that's not. That doesn't make any sense.
Why not?
Well, first and foremost, give me a time where a game that's online only releases well.
No, and you're right. But I'm talking
without
about
crashing, without bugs. Like it doesn't work. Like it doesn't work.
And in that situation, you're right. But that wouldn't be the supercomputer or Microsoft's fault. It'll be the same as if you own the game by itself. It'll be the fucking people who made the game.
No,
if
but
it's
think
crashing,
about it. Think about it. Everybody's streaming simultaneously. Like that's the thing.
I know what you're saying. If it's one bug now, instead of you having a bug and I don't have it, everyone will have that same bug.
It's not good.
Which could be really bad. Kind of
catastrophic. Catastrophic.
It would be really bad if everybody got the same. If everyone stopped playing at the same time because of one bug.
But that's what would happen, dude.
Of course that's what would happen because everybody's streaming from the same game, from the same computer. And it would be chaos. I was just telling you one of the positive things. But what you're saying is a valid point. It would also be bad.
That's my thing, though. I don't see a positive. There's not a positive that somebody has brought to me being like, yeah, this works so great. Because let me tell you, online gaming has proven to me time and time and time again that it's not so great.
It's not. And it'll take time. And we're not there yet. It'll take way long.
Like, the thing is we've touched it. We've tasted it. And it's good for a moment, but other than that, it's not. I've had
Frank,
two instances.
Would you say it's better? Frank, hold on. Would you say it's better than what it was 10 years ago?
No, not necessarily, dude.
I mean, I played Burnout Online, and it was a disastrous mess. But I could tell you right now that if I played Burnout Online, it would be 100 times better than what it was 10 years ago.
But I mean, so glad you brought that up, because what about that fucking game that just came out that they're redoing again?
No Man's Sky?
No Man's Sky, baby.
Wait a minute. That's not fair. That was a shitty game.
Oh, well, it's coming back, and apparently everybody's loving it. Like goddamn McDonald's.
Multiplayer? They just put multiplayer. So now you could be at the same boring planet with someone else? So you could be bored together?
Well, no. Apparently they got base building and all this other stuff that all these other video games in the past have done. So it's just like everything else.
But
except you can travel to...
It doesn't make sense. It was a boring game. Putting it online is not going to make it better. Unless you can build a dominoes table. You can sit there and play dominoes. Maybe you can play, because you're in a boring planet. Maybe they can just, build a poker table and you can sit there and play poker with your friends. Other than that, it was just boring.
It was.
You have to... The key features of online for a multiplayer game is that you work together in a specific game and the story is driven because you're playing together. But if you have a game where you just sit there and investigate things together, like, you know what I'm talking? Am I explaining myself? Like, there's no interesting, let's be a scientist together. Okay, let's imagine they made a game where you sit there and you analyze blood together in a laboratory. How would that be fun?
There's games for everybody. You say it all the time.
But my God, man, you just sit there and look at blood, and then you pass the blood to someone. This is why that pirate game didn't work. Sea of Thieves because it was boring. It was like I didn't picture myself. Okay, it's 4 of you, right? 5 of you in a boat, right? I don't know much about boats, but you're the guy who's in charge of the cannons, right? So then you're just there on the cannons the whole time. How boring is that? So why would I want to play a game where I'm doing an 8-hour shift? Am I explaining myself? It's like, how is that fun?
You're explaining yourself. You're preaching to the choir, man. But guess what?
You're the guy. You're the guy in charge of the sails. You don't move from there. You just stay there and wait for somebody tell you to move the sails.
But that's what online gaming has become, man. Like,
but I mean, it's so.
but
it's not interesting. Why don't you make a 7-Eleven one, and I'll be the cashier. You can be the guy who stocks the fridge. It's no different than that.
But
and then once in a while you'll get something interesting when somebody comes into 7-Eleven and robs you, and have to work together to survive.
But dude, that's what online gaming has become, because you need a healer and you need a tank and you need this and you need that. Otherwise, you can't play the fucking game. But it is the same concept, dude. Ready? Here's timeout.
RPGs are different.
Timeout. Hear me out. If I'm new in World of Warcraft, right?
Yeah.
I kind of got to just sit around and wait for somebody to be like, "Hey, you want to go on a raid?" And then we're like, "Okay, cool. Let's go on a raid." Well, first we need to find a healer, so let's just hang out here. It's the same principles. It's the same concepts. You can't argue that point. You cannot.
I can't.
So
I cannot.
I will stick to everything I say that online gaming is bad, because I can't play my motherfucking game unless I have people.
Which I would agree with you that sucks in a way, but it's not the same as okay, well, you're going to be in charge of looking at this rock, and you're not going to move from the rock.
Well, but that's the thing. You got to.
You're battling something.
You got to wait for the raid, though.
You're
staring at a fucking rock 'cause you can't move too far.
But I thought you could play World of Warcraft without having to do the raids.
How are you going to get gear?
You just play missions and stuff. It's kind of like World of Warcraft is no different than Division. You can play Division by yourself, but would it help if you went with other people? Yes, absolutely.
Nah.
It is.
Nah.
Division, you can play the whole game by yourself.
I did.
But there were raids, too, that you can't do by yourself.
Is it?
That you absolutely need people.
Well, there is that one. There's that one. But that was with the DLC, the underground thing.
But those were raids.
No, you could do the
DLC ones.
Dude, I can run any of those by myself, man. I've been running them by myself because it's stuff that's going to unlock for part 2.
I don't know if
I'm telling you right now, dude. I can run underground by myself.
I mean, have you fought the big giant mech? There's no way you could do that by yourself.
Big giant mech.
Well, it's part of the DLC. I guess you never got the DLC. I think you should get that shit before the new game comes out.
I'll wait for a sale.
It's where you finally fight the villain.
I did play that. No, that's a mission though. That wasn't a raid. That's not underground.
But that's a DLC, right?
Yeah, it's DLC.
Where you fight the big giant mech. He took over a mech.
No, he took over a tank. Right?
It was like a tank.
He took over a tank. Yeah, it was a pain in the ass. It was stupid as hell.
It is stupid, but I mean, did you do it by yourself?
No, I had to do it with
play with other people.
You have to play it with other people.
You have to do it with
other people.
But
that's just because.
That's what I'm saying.
But the thing is it's because you just die. Like, they have it so you just die and you need people to. Like, it was cheap. It wasn't fun at all. Cheap. It was cheap.
But that's what raids are. They're all cheap.
I don't get all cheap. Like, I don't get why people want to play it. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't get it either. But I understand what you're saying. I agree with you 100%. Online sucks in certain things. And
most things.
They should give you the option, because you can play Elder Scrolls by yourself. You don't ever have to play with anybody.
Yeah,
don't.
but you can't. I already said like you can't do like a sneaking thief kind of character. It doesn't.
Yeah, but that's a different criticize.
Yeah,
like,
no. I got that. No,
it's
that's
not
fine.
But you can play the whole game by yourself. Online, I play by myself, and in the dungeons, I only do it. And like I'll put the dungeon if I want to help out because people want to do the dungeons and they need help. So I put myself as a
You put like a queue out there. Like, hey,
I put it out there. If you need my help, I'll be here. But other than that, I don't have to do the dungeons. There's so much to do in that game, bro. I've been playing. I have like 60 hours on that game, and I'm not leaving like 30% of the amount of worlds you can or continents and missions, and there's just so much to do, and it's so interesting. This is where lightning. This is where World of Warcraft gets it right. I mean, where World of Warcraft doesn't get it right.
Yeah,
Elder Scroll gets it right. WoW doesn't get it right. In my opinion, that's my opinion. Please don't be bombarding me with tweets about how you disagree. What else?
Yeah.
We got 20 minutes.
I got all kinds of stuff, man. We got one of my favorite shows just got greenlit for Altered Carbon Season 2, Netflix.
And exactly what I thought was going to happen.
Oh, I think,
I knew it.
And it's great because...
I knew it. You have to change they're going to do like a Doctor Who type of thing.
And it's awesome.
Every season you'll have a different actor.
And that's great. It's
great. But the actor has to learn what the other actors did.
Right.
Because essentially it's the same person.
Right.
And you can't get a bad actor because you'll fuck it up.
Yep.
Like, if I'm not mistaken, it's the black guy from...
He's Falcon. Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie, and I'm not trying to... But he can't go in there and act as a black character. Unfortunately, at the end of the day, he's playing an Asian white guy.
Yeah.
So you can't go in there and you pretty much have to act white.
Well, no, you have to act Asian.
Asian, yeah, you're right. And well, I mean, the Asian was kind of he wasn't.
No, he was Asian. His name is Takashi.
I know he was Asian, but he didn't act Asian. He was like an American Asian.
Yeah.
So I mean, basically, just act white.
He's got to start smoking though.
Oh shit! Yeah, you had to smoke.
Yeah.
He smokes a lot. And that's going to be essentially the toughest thing for Anthony to do is he has to learn from the other actors, and then whoever does season 3 is going to have to learn
from both of them
too, from both of them.
But I love it.
I think it's great.
Apparently, in the books, like he changed sleeves like 60 times. He was always somebody new. Like,
oh, I love it.
Yeah, so do I. I think it's great.
I still think they should put that in Cyberpunk.
They're gonna do something like that, but I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think you're gonna be able to re-sleeve yourself. But I do know for a fact that you will be able to hack into people.
I think that the character should be able to do, at least, you know how they let you be a female or a male. Mm-hmm. You should be allowed to change whenever you want.
They're gonna do that. Game's gonna beat.
Think about this. You can't enter a strip joint as a female because they only want males, and then you can change bodies.
Yeah.
And be able to get in like that type of stuff.
And that needs to be stuff that's like DLC, man.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Have like make it so that it's like you're either older or younger, or there's like a new species or something like that.
Fuck yeah. Man, I love it. Oh God, next year it's gonna be so awesome.
That game's not coming out next year. That game is not coming out next year.
I can hope. Let me hope.
2020.
Let me tell you something.
At least
I have in my cart the $200 Resident Evil.
Oh no, that's day one for me too, dude.
Bro, I'm sitting there. I haven't bought it. I just have it in my cart. And I have to sit there and decide, do I really want to spend $200 in this game?
What are you getting? Like, what's special about it?
You get a Leon statue, you get a soundtrack, you get a book. You got a bunch of DLC and shit. It's a statue that's costing $200.
What would be great, in all honesty, is if they give you the original copy as well.
God, that would be awesome.
That would be worth
and
it.
you get the season pass too. So there is going to be a season pass. I wonder what it is.
Probably Hunk. And maybe we might get Nemesis.
I hope so, because they showed that in one of the tweets. You saw that, right?
Yeah.
So he's oh God, it's just mind-boggling because Resident Evil 2 might not be Resident Evil 2 like everybody's expecting. It could be all three characters mixed into one.
That'd be awesome.
Because that all happened at the same time.
Yeah.
Fuck me if you could play Barry too. Because Barry was there.
And for a moment. Rico. Rico.
Oh, you could be Rico, I guess. Barry had the helicopter to rescue Jill.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Speaking of evil metal gamers, news out of Metal Gear Solid came out.
What?
They basically said they're not working on Metal Gear. Excuse me. They're going back to Metal Gear Solid 5. They're no longer working on Survive because they have these things called FOBs, forward operating base. It's the rigs, but they have these little missions where you can get extra weapons and security cameras, soldiers, clothes, all kinds of stuff. Well, they just released that you can now play as Quiet. And not just like the skin of Quiet, you play as Quiet. So she's got all kinds of crazy abilities where she can jump and teleport. And she aims faster. She has better precision.
So Konami's desperate.
But it's free. But you can play as Quiet. So they released that.
That's cool.
I mean, I love Metal Gear Solid 5. I'll go back and play it. And I'll go back to get her to play as her.
But I was going to download it, but it doesn't have ultra-wide support. What's up with that? What happened to Kojima there?
The game's not finished. What are you talking about?
He should have done ultra support. How dare him?
And once again, the game wasn't finished.
I guess if you're going to protect him.
I'll protect for a game.
So what else you got? Go ahead.
So going from one company to another, Ubisoft is doing a merger between their two biggest selling titles right now, Rainbow Six Siege and Ghost Recon. In Ghost Recon, you'll be able to use the two Brazilian characters and you'll be able to do missions with that. And in doing the missions with that, you will be able to unlock the character skins, their emotes from Rainbow Six Siege.
You talk a lot about this game. Do you own it?
Rainbow Six Siege? No, I don't own it. I like Rainbow Six Siege. I did not like Ghost Recon.
You know, I own that game, and I got it free with a graphics card I bought, and I've never played it.
It's fun. I liked Rainbow Six Siege. Because you don't have to play it multiplayer, and a lot of the multiplayer isn't like PvP, it's PvE, and it's hard.
Really?
Because there's no respawn. So you dead.
You dead.
Yeah.
God.
So they did a merger there, which one of the rumors is that the operators from Ghost Recon are going to end up in Rainbow Six. They also released like little patches that represent what you've done. So like if you killed the Predator, you can wear a Predator patch. If you did the Rainbow Six, they got a 6 that says you did the Rainbow Six patch. So they're adding more cosmetics to it. But like I said,
everybody should be getting notes on these guys.
But like I said, I'm not a big fan of Ghost
You're not
Recon.
A big fan?
I couldn't remember the game. The Ghost Recon game. I went back to it because everybody said it's good, and it's not what I was hoping for.
Still garbage.
Yeah,
I heard it. I hear you.
Speaking of more garbage, if you are an Xfinity customer, you get free open beta to Black Ops 57. Yeah. If you're a Rainbow Six, if Xfinity's
Wait.
giving a free open beta,
What do you mean?
a Black Ops,
For what system? Any system you want?
as far as I know.
If I'm an Xfinity, I get Black Ops for free, the beta.
Yup.
Where do I look this up?
I don't know. Google it.
I mean, I'm not going to buy the game, but I mean, I might as well download it to know. I mean,
How bad it's going to be? Sure.
we're in a podcast. I'm always willing to try anything if it's free, you know?
Yep.
Well, that sounded bad. That sounded bad. For games, not sexually.
Wow. You went there. Wow.
I know people were listening to that and I'm like, oh.
Okay. I mean, I didn't know you had fans like that.
Just in case people were thinking
you must be
shit.
getting some good emails over there that I'm not reading.
Anywho,
Um,
so I played before because we're gonna finish soon. And we're almost here in the hour.
I still got more stuff to talk about.
Go ahead. Do you want to talk about Mr. Glass?
No, I wasn't going to talk about Mr. Glass. I got other stuff to talk about.
Go ahead. You
I mean-
get 2 more topics and we're done.
That's literally what I have. I have 2 more topics. One of them's
Knock 'em
short. One of them's really short.
Okay, that's what she said.
God of War, the final Easter egg was found, and a lot of
That was stupid.
A lot of the fans were disappointed.
Of course it was.
They were really expecting to get something like the hidden hilt for the axe, and it's like, wow, that's really epic. But it was just Loki's name is carved out in the 4 corners of the house, and that's really it.
That's not a secret. That's dumb, actually. A real secret is like the glove that's like the Infinity.
Yeah, that was that. So there's that. And another game that I didn't like, but it's getting love, and it's from the people who are doing the TSE renewal. That's the Elder Scrolls renewal, who are doing Sky Oblivion and Skywind. They're doing a Fallout 4 mod, and it's Fallout Miami. They released a trailer, and it looks gorgeous.
Fallout 4 Miami. Oh my god.
Yeah, but it's for PC exclusive, but it's completely done in Miami. They created Miami.
That sounds fun.
Their missions, there's everything. They got voice actors. There's a full-blown trailer. Check out the trailer. Just all you gotta do is type in Fallout Miami, and you can see the Miami. And these people put in work. It's not. And at first, I'm like, how did they find the time to do it? But they're creating something using an engine that's already there. They're not basing it off of an old game, and they're having to recreate it from scratch. So it looks cool from what I've seen. I don't know when it's getting released, but that's that. Now I'm done. Now you can talk about whatever thing you were going to talk about.
Nah, I was just gonna say the games that I played, but I mean, it's not great games. If you guys are Prime members with Amazon, Twitch gives you free games, especially on Prime Day. They give about 10 games away. So you know, guys, I'm injured, so I can't play games that requires too much movement with the hand. So I played Tacoma, which has been done a million times, which is where you go into a spaceship where everybody's disappeared and you got to try to figure out what to do. And it's a lot like, remember, I was trying to figure out the game that I wanted to compare it. It's Gone Home. Have you ever played Gone Home?
No.
It's like that. It's basically the same thing when she goes to her house and her family's gone and she's going through stuff and books and letters and figure out what the family's gone. That's exactly what Tacoma is. It said this is in the future, and you're attached to the computer that's connected to the spaceship, and you just get to see holographic images or recordings of the crew. And by that, well, you can hear the thunders getting.
That was
loud.
awesome.
And basically, you play the video, and then you can. It shows you a video recording of what a conversation's happening, but it's a recording of the entire room. So there might be another room with a different conversation. So you have to pause it and go to another room, and maybe that conversation has the key that you need to open to another door. So it's a lot. It's like detective work and shit. And so I recommend it. It was free. I don't know how much it is if you get it on Steam or on. I know it's available for PS4, Xbox, and PC. The other game that I played was Observer, which is also another crime investigating game. Not much to it. You just go around, moving around your character. But this one's kind of a cyberpunkish character. And he gets a call from his son, and his son's disappeared, and he has to go and find them, and there's like a murder. And you're like what do you call it? Oh my God.
Private
You're like
eye?
a cyborg. You're like a cyborg
Oh.
private eye, so you can see things with different, like you can see X-ray or muscle. You can see blood that's in the floor and stuff like that. And you have to keep on taking drugs because I guess something happens to your body if you don't take the specific drugs. Maybe your body rejects the. I haven't gotten much into the game. The robot parts in your body. Those were the two games that I played. Interesting for now. Will I finish them? I don't know. And the one game that I could play that doesn't require much movement with a hand was Cuphead.
Meh.
And that's just Cuphead is passing the time so much better because just two buttons, one to jump, one to shoot, and then move around with the left. But what I've been doing is I've been playing with a PC because it hurts. It hurts,
Yeah.
Frank. It hurts a lot. Other than that, I got nothing else. And
No.
I'm afraid I'm going to lose power any minute now.
No, it's that's really it for me. Like I'm just slowly going through Arkham Knight just because I'm a little burnt out from it and I'm trying to get that platinum. And then outside of that, like nothing really. That I haven't. Oh, that's the one thing I wanted to talk about real quick. The
Your final comment. Go ahead.
the Grand Theft Auto Online, the After Hours, Gay Tony makes his return to Grand Theft Auto. I'm loving it strictly because all of the investments that I've made on the online game, basically this DLC has compiled them all to one hub, and it's made more for solo gamers than it is for people who play multiplayer, which I love. I give big shout out to Grand Theft Auto and Rockstar for making this because they can kind of see that not everybody plays online, so or plays with other people. And I like that aspect. And you can have people help you, but it's not necessary. And I love it. There's nothing earth-shattering new about it. It's just that it can play. You can play by yourself, and it makes everything more accessible. So, and then on top of that, you make money just doing dumb little things without really having to do anything. So you can do missions and then on the side make more money, which is great. Yeah.
You love Grand Theft Auto, yes.
I mean,
You're not going to play it anymore when Red Dead comes out in October, though.
no, I'll still play it. It's one of those games that I've always said I wish I was there I wish I had a game where I was been there at the beginning and been playing through it, and I have. And I don't play it religiously. I'm not gaming it every day, but it's one of those things where if you make a new DLC, I'll go and check it out and I'll go and play it. And that's what I've been doing. I've been going and checking out the DLC and I give it a try, and then I shut it off and I don't play it again. But I swear they make a new DLC once every 2 months. So I'm always talking about it because they're still giving it. And I say it like this. It's all free, man.
Of course it's free.
They-
They know what they're doing.
yeah.
It's going to be free as long as people are paying for shit.
Yeah.
If people stop paying for shit, the DLC won't be free.
No, yeah.
So essentially, it is the people who gets the DLC to be free.
Yeah.
As long as they support it, you know?
Yeah, and I've said it before. I've supported it in the past, but I make such a nice little. I get a nice chunk of change that I don't need to pay for it.
No, of course. I agree with you 100%.
I make enough money, but I mean, shit. It was like what, the number 3 selling game?
God, thank God it's all going to be over soon. As soon as Red Dead comes in, those numbers are going down for sure, 100% sure. Finally, then we'll have Red Dead top 5 for the next 5-6 years.
I don't know, man.
We'll see.
Because the thing is I feel Red Dead is, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not all inclusive.
I don't know. We'll see. We will see.
Yeah.
It's going to be a busy 3 months. Okay, guys. That's pretty much it for today. Thank you so much for listening. Go ahead. You can follow us at Evil Metal Gamers at Twitter. You can follow us at Instagram. And the same thing, Evil Metal Gamers. You can follow us at Facebook. We have our own page. You can email us at evilmetalgamers@gmail.com. We're there. You guys can leave us comments on Twitter, and Frank will answer it. If you leave us comments on Instagram, I'll probably answer it. On Facebook, I'll probably answer it. Email us. We love you. Thank you for listening. And don't forget to give us a review and subscribe.
Love, peace, and happiness.